everyone, Tori the Crafty Girl here, and today I'm going to show you a really cool method for adding details to your yarn projects that is so much easier than duplicate stitches. If you've done duplicate stitches, you know how frustrating and time-consuming it can be, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. But either way, this method is called surface crochet, and it's so much easier. The process is exactly how it sounds. You'll stitch directly on the surface of your project to create letters like this, or really any designs you can think of. And all you'll need is the item that you'll be working with. In this case, I'm just using a sample scarf that I made with the knitting machine. You'll need a crochet hook so you can pull the yarn through the project, and you'll just need some yarn of your choice. And of course, you'll need your scissors. And let me show you how easy it is. With duplicate stitches, what you have to do is use a needle and your yarn, and then you need to make sure your tension is correct so that you can cover all of the stitches perfectly. And if you don't, it can look a little it looks a little off, and it can be frustrating. With this, since you're going to be stitching directly on, you're going to cover the stitches, and it also allows you to create more circular patterns as opposed to with duplicate stitches. You really have to go with the grain or else it doesn't quite look right. Now, you can also map out, and I would recommend mapping out whatever the design is. Since I'm just kind of doing this freehand, it really is going to be simple. I'm going to be adding the I to my name here, and I'm just going to go across, down, and across. That's it. All right, so let's get started. I am just going to use this green here to finish this little color story here. And for me, what you have to kind of figure out is, it's really simple, but how you want to go. So I'm just going to go, I'm going to do a few stitches across here, cut the yarn. I'm going to do yarn up to here, cut the yarn, and then I'm going to go here and cut the yarn. And because these are going to be on the inside of the project, this isn't such a big deal. If you wanted to, you could do over, down, over, and then over, up, over, whatever is going to work best for you. But I'm just going to show you the simplest way to do this. So we're going to start, you're just going to create a slip knot, loose slip knot. Okay, just like that. And then we are going to start on the inside, okay? Also, I will point out that I did use a embroidery hoop. I find for certain projects, this is going to make your life so much easier because it does stretch it out a little bit and you're not battling with it. This is a really long scarf. I think this is like, I don't know, 4 feet long or something. It's super long. Is that long? Yeah, I think that's long, but it's like 4 feet long. So for me, this is going to make so much more sense. And again, I'm not going to map out a pattern, but I am going to place my hook into the first area that I want it to. And I'm going to come under here. And there we have our slip stitch, and we can just tighten that up on there. Okay. We're going to pull that loop up just a little bit, and then we're going to go into the next stitch. And this is where you can decide how long you want these to be. So we go into the next stitch. I'll show you what the inside looks like. And then you're going to pick up your working yarn. So you just yarn around your hook, come back to this side, and then you're going to pull it through. Okay, just like that. So essentially we're doing a slip stitch. And then we'll go again, go through, and then you'll get to a point where you don't have to keep flipping it over. You can see where your yarn is and pick it up pretty quickly. But we'll just do this just to demonstrate. And then we are going to pull it up. Okay, so pull it up and then pull it through. And let's do one more just to give it a nice big base here. So down, come around. Pick up the right yarn, the working yarn. And then pull that through. So now we have the base of our eye. Now, this is where this is the way I do this, but other people may do it differently. I'm actually going to, here, I'm going to cut my yarn. Pull it through, and then you can use your needle, your hook, or you can use your needle, and then just go down back to the back of the project, just like this. Now, if I would have cut that longer, I could continue to use the same thing. So I should have, and this is a recommendation for you, I should have cut it longer so I can continue using that same piece of yarn throughout the project. So that is just a quick little tip. So now we're ready to do another. In fact, I may have enough yarn here. Nope, I definitely cut it too short, which is okay. Now, when I had you start with a slip stitch, that's really optional. It just makes it tight so it doesn't slip around. So in this one, we won't do a slip stitch, and we'll just pull that right through the bottom. There we go. But the problem without doing a slip stitch is it just pulls right out. Okay, let's try this one more time. So I think this is similar to punch rugs. I haven't done anything with that, but it seems like it might be a similar process. Okay, so we're going to pick up the loop and pull it through. There we go. And then we're going to repeat this process. Well, if I pick up the right loop, pick up our loop there. Through, and then again go down, pick up your working yarn, pull it through. Do the same thing again. Just don't pull too tight, or you can pull as tight as you want. Really, the tension is what's going to give you the desired stitch length that you want. So if you wanted smaller stitches, we could do that. There we go. That's the height that I would like. So this time, I'm actually going to cut this a little bit longer so I can finish the project without having to start that. Pull that through. It's just easier for me to use my needle than it is my hook right now, and pull that through. So now I'm going to come over to this side, and I'm going to pick up that working yarn. Maybe. Okay, pull that working yarn through. So we have our loop, and then we're going to go through the next stitch again. Pull it up and then through. So again, we're creating a slip stitch. Let's tighten that a little bit. And again, and then to finish it off, again, we'll pull it through. And just put it back in. Just like that. Now, again, to finish the back, depending if this is going to be showing, you could weave in your ends. You could tie them off if it's going to be like a beanie that's double-sided. These will just, the tails will just stay on the inside. You won't see them. If it's going to be for a pillow, those will also be on the inside, but you will want to make sure that you do tie them off and knot them in place just so that they don't come out through the front. So there's a lot of options to finish the back here. But this is how easy it is. It's so much easier than duplicate stitching. Let me know if you try this. Try all kinds of designs. I feel like I'm going to be adding this to so many different projects, especially as the holidays start to come around. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video. That is it. And until next time, everybody, see ya!